flashback as Beverly tells the story, so I'll switch to present tense. Rhaega's like, my metaphasic shield technology is not only promising, it's proven. I've run simulations that confirm it, and I've even conducted a field test myself, during which I apparently didn't record anything or bring along any corroborating witnesses, so you'll just have to take my word for it, but it works. My shields are strong enough to allow a ship to safely enter a star's corona. The others are skeptical, but Rhaega insists that his shield works. All he needs are the resources to develop it into a practical technology. And whoever provides the necessary resources also wins exclusive rights to the shield, which will surely yield a mighty profit. No, not enough money. I'm a scientist. Sorry, though. Cultural conditioning. It's tough to get past, but I'm trying. Dr. Crusher assures the others that their doubts about Rhaega's invention will soon be put to rest because he has equipped one of the Enterprise's shuttlecraft with his shield, and he intends to test it out in the corona of a nearby star. Not so fast, says Kurak. I don't think Rhaega should fly the shuttle himself. It should be one of us, so that we get a more objective assessment of how the shield works. Well, perhaps the more of you could bid for the privilege of flying the shuttle. Can I get 3 strips of space gold? Shit, I'm doing it again. Real volunteers to fly the shuttle. Scientifically solid and showing some enthusiasm for being able to pilot spacecraft inside a star's corona. They do the test with everyone on the bridge monitoring the shuttle. Things seem to be going fine. Gabriel takes the shuttle into the corona of the star. He's good. The shuttle is good. But then something goes wrong. The star's radiation begins to leak through the shield. Jabril manages to fly the shuttle away from the star, but he's having a real bad time. He is, as the Brits say, poorly. They beam him off the shuttle directly to sickbay, but he only manages to gasp out a few last words. And he dies. Nice heat shield you got there, Professor. It's a hot item. When it goes on sale, it'll burn up the market. You can really cook, scientifically speaking. And also literally. Crusher and Rhaega both want to get to the bottom of what went wrong, so Crusher goes to the and roots around in his guts, while Rhaega helps Jordy and Dave examine the shuttle. But both avenues of investigation lead nothing. Jabril had no obvious cause of death, and the shuttle and Rhaega's shielding system seem fine. Whatever happened to kill Jabril shouldn't have happened. Rhaega is still determined to prove that his shield works and wants to fly another test mission himself, but Crusher reluctantly calls an end to any further tests until they figure out what killed Jabril. It's just too dangerous. As it turns out, not doing tests is also dangerous, because the next day, Rhaega is found dead in one of the science labs. Superficially, it looks like Rhaega took his own life, but Crusher has her suspicion that there might have been foul play. So she has Rhaega's carcass back to the sick bay for an autopsy. A little later, she's talking to Picard about the situation, saying that she doesn't believe Rhaega would have killed himself. It was too doubt wrong about the shield. She's like, oh well, I guess we'll know the truth after I cut him open and move around in his guts a bit. But Picard says, Beverly, we've been in contact with Rhaega's family, and they're saying no cutting him open and moving around in his guts. They're sending a ship to pick him up tomorrow. Fine. She briefly discusses the case with Nurse Ogawa, arresting police then decides that if she can't do an autopsy, she's going to find evidence that Rhaega was murdered by interviewing the suspects, the other 3 scientists. So she plays a quick game of IRL Clue, where Japan and Christopher insist that they Rhaeega of insulting her honor. Crusher talks to Kurak about this, and Kurak takes offense at Crusher's tone and shoves her into a wall, which only proves Kurak has a temper. Not that Kurak murdered Rhaega, having gotten nowhere in her investigation, but still certain that Rhaega did not off herself. Crusher goes to the sick bay. After she's done, Crusher drops in on Captain Picard and says, hey, so I know you told me not to, but I went ahead and moved it around the Rhaega's guts anyway, because I figured finding the truth about what happened to him was more important than their very Since when do we give a shit about Ferengi one anyway? Anyway, I disengaged with the ignored the wishes of Rhaega's family and violated the most sacred beliefs of another culture. And what did you find? Nothing. And that's the worst part, the not knowing. Well, that and how screwed my career is now because I sliced and diced on that Ferengi guy without permission. Cut to Crusher and Guinan in the present, and Crusher's like, so that's pretty much it. I leave tomorrow to get yelled at by admirals, and then that'll be it for me in Starfleet. Guinan says, I don't get it. You're still sure that Rhaega was killed, which means that you're also sure there's a killer on this ship right now who's getting away with it, and you're just sitting here narrating a flashback instead of doing something about it? What do you have to lose? You're already in trouble. When you're sick, it's not like you can get sicker. That's a really bad metaphor. You can absolutely get sicker. Just go diagnose that murder. Crusher asks Data if Rhaega's shield could have possibly been sabotaged from the Enterprise during the test flight. Data says, sure, it might have happened, and he tells her something to look for by way of evidence. So, with help from Nurse O'Donnell, she goes through the autopsy files again and does another examination of Jupiter's corpuscle and finds the evidence that Data said would be there. Now she's convinced that Rhaega's shield was sabotaged, and she's more determined than ever to prove that it works. So, she launches the modified shuttlecraft without authorization, activates the metaphasic shield, flies into the star's corona, and it works. Picard calls the shuttle to ask what the hell is going on, and Crusher tells him to put guards on the other three scientists because one of them must have sabotaged the shield the last time and killed Jabril. Actually, you know who might be a good one to ask about that? Jabril. Because it turns out he's alive, and he's on the shuttlecraft with Beverly. He's been hiding in a storage compartment. He comes out like, surprise, it was me. I killed me. Well, not really, you know what I'm saying. Crusher's like, how are you alive? And you know what? I'm wondering the same thing, because dude not only survived being exposed to the corona of a star at close range, he also survived being autopsied. I know Jabril answers with some technobabble about how his species can control their bodies on a cellular level and simulate death, but I don't care. If you can get autopsied, then roll off the table and walk away, you're a bad motherfucker. How is Beverly then she went for the Emperor. See, what happened was, Will wanted to steal Rhaegar's research and take it back to his home planet to use it to make a weapon. His original plan was just to discredit Rhaegar, so that he would abandon his work. But Rhaegar didn't give up. So, and I'm just guessing here, since the episode doesn't explicitly establish this, but, I mean, what else was supposed to have happened? Jabril snuck out of the morgue and killed Rhaegar. When Crusher didn't let it drop and decided to take the metaphasic shield shuttle out for one more test, a decision she discussed with Nurse O'Donnell while secretly not dead Jabril was right there. Jabril saw opportunity to not just steal Rhaegar's research, but also take off Beverly and steal the prototype for the shield. So that's what he tried to do. And he wound up in a billion tiny invisible pieces, because that's what happens when you fuck Beverly Crusher. In this context, different context, this is what happens. My point is, don't fuck Beverly Crusher. Suspicion tells a decent by-the-numbers mystery story with a solution that plays as cheap because it relies on made-up sci-fi stuff. Haha, the culprit was actually the dead guy, who wasn't really dead, and he even lived through an autopsy because he's an alien who can just do that. But what makes it a notable episode is what a good Dr. Crusher episode it is. It shows us, reminds us, that Beverly Crusher is someone who fights for what she is. She thinks Rhaegar's research deserves more attention, finds it unfair that he's being dismissed for being a Ferengi scientist, and so she invites other scientists to view his work. She does something about it. She thinks there's something deeper about the death. So Jabril and Rhaegar investigates and keeps investigating, even when she's told to stop, even to the point of risking her career and her life. She does something about it. She's more of a character of action than she often gets And the reason she's a character of action is that she's a character of conscience. For me, what makes Dr. Crusher such an effective character of conscience is that while I am calling her the conscience of TNG in this video, that is her usual role in the show. In most of the 153 episodes in which she appears, she's the doctor, and she's doing doctor-related stuff. Most of the episodes in which Dr. Crusher appears are not Dr. Crusher episodes. And even some of the ones that are Dr. Crusher episodes don't have her very conscious. I'm thinking of Remember that one? But when a main character does voice an objection to something the others want to do, or does express a disagreement or a misgiving about their mission on a moral or ethical basis, it's almost always Beverly. She's not always acting as subconscious, but she's almost always there. That makes it more fun. Nothing against Guy. She's a great character, but she only actually appears in 28 episodes, 29 if you count the television. And most of the time, when Guinan shows up, she's dropping in to give the main character of that episode some advice or set them on the right path. That's her main job. It's not Beverly's main job, but she does it anyway because that's who she is. In fact, Guinan does the setting the main character on the right path thing for Beverly in Suspicions, listening to the story of the deaths of Jabril and Rhaegar and encouraging Beverly to stop sulking and get back out there and solve the case. Guinan basically tells her, get off your ass and go do some Dr. Crusher shit. And she does. It's important for a show like Star Trek The Next Generation to have a character like Dr. Crusher, someone who's around, who's in the mix, who's highly placed in the main ensemble, who's one of the good guys, and absolutely 100% committed to the overall mission, but who will also raise her hand and say, excuse me, I know when she finds it necessary. It's important dramatically in the near total absence of genuine conflict between TNG's main characters. There needs to at least be some occasional tension, some disagreement, and Beverly often provides that. And it's important as a model for us out here in the real world. Dr. Crusher is willing to speak up when she thinks something wrong is about to happen. Are we? Dr. Crusher is willing to put herself on the line to help someone who needs it. We have found ourselves in a situation where Dr. Crusher is involved. I was having a young girl every How about WWCCD? What would Beverly Crusher do? Wobble Beaver? BDIC. Beverly does it correctly. Bed dick. And hey, according to Urban Dictionary, as in you wake up feeling super refreshed and you say, yeah, I got that. So either way, hey folks, hope you enjoyed this one. I'm going to let you know what the subject of the next Trek Actually video is going to be, but before I do that, I want to give a shout out to some of my newest Patreon patrons and channel members. First, new patrons. They are Ryan Kingor. Thanks, Ryan. Barbara. Thanks, Barbara. Black Manta 2021. Thanks, Black Manta 2021. Miguel Gonzalez. Thanks, Miguel. Brett Poon. Thanks, Brett. Gordon Harlan. Thanks, Gordon. Isaac Clark. Thanks, Isaac. Erica Beal. Thanks, Erica. Lawrence Fisk. Thanks, Lawrence. Randy Krieger. Thanks, Randy. Subak One. Thanks, Subak One. Holly Jordan. Thanks, Holly. Rich G. Thanks, Rich. Demir Gunno. Thanks, Demir. Renzo Navarra. Thanks, Renzo. Daniel 2. Thanks, Daniel 2. Christian Brown. Thanks, Christian. Berlin CB. Thanks, Berlin CB. Tony Principe. Thanks, Tony. James Hutchins. Thanks, James. Now, channel members. Ranter Matt. Thanks, Ranter Matt. Curtis Matt. thanks Mr. Imagara. Joe McClory, thanks Joe. David L, thanks David. Empire Jeff, thanks Empire Jeff. Matt DeCat, thanks Matt DeCat. Donna Marchese, thanks Donna. Maraschino Penguin, thanks Maraschino Penguin. Mary Isabella, thanks Mary. Marta Nitek, thanks Marta. Zorro Asterisk, thanks Zorro Asterisk. David McDonald, thanks David. Christian Dalzio, thanks Christian. Action Jayful Jackson, thanks Action Jayful Jackson. Quinn Green, thanks Quinn. Ian Sinclair, thanks Ian. Faded Assassin, thanks Faded Assassin. If you want to support this channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Steve Shives or clicking the join button to become a member of this channel. All patrons and members get access to exclusive posts that allow you to vote in the polls that determine upcoming Trek Actually topics, and also submit questions ahead of time for my twice monthly Ask Away live stream. If you pledge $5 a month or more on Patreon, or become a member at the $5 a month tier or higher, you get a shout out at the end of a Trek Actually video. If you'd rather give a one-time gift than a recurring monthly contribution, you're always more than welcome to do that by clicking the thanks button right below the video or via PayPal or Venmo. The links for those are in the video description. Many thanks. If you like what I do on YouTube, especially the Star Trek related stuff, you should also check out my side projects. The Ensign Club, the Star Trek themed comedy podcast that I'm on alongside Jason Harding and Dana Cole, and Trek Reluctantly. Watch it all stream game that I do every Wednesday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on this channel right here. As always, links in the description. Now, for next month's regulation Trek Actually topic, and for that, we will be taking a look back at another of the Star Trek feature films. A couple of months ago, I Trek Actually about Star Trek Beyond, my first video from a recent development time where we spent a movie that is generally well deserved. Next time on our show is generally less well deserved. And while for all of those 35 years, it's been a very terrific of course, Star Trek was I always had a bit of a soft spot for it. In the next regulation Trek Action video, where the topic, chosen by my Patreon patrons and channel members, will be why Star Trek 5 is actually not a bad movie. Next month, I'll be back then and a bunch of times before then, so until the next time you see me, whenever that is, thanks for watching.
No, it was just a fantastic run, and I think you'll really enjoy watching this one back. It was a lot of, some interesting divergence between the two of you, and just a really entertaining race. Like I said, it was connecting back.
It was a fun beat. I liked the way things kind of. There wasn't really much except for that 6% where it was like there's no sort of logical path, which is nice. It's nice to see a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, I won't want to face you in the next round.
For sure, for sure.
I feel bad for your opponent.
I don't know, maybe I'll think about it later. Do you like being a little girl? I like being a little girl.
No, one more minute on. I promise.
Thanks everybody on the stream. You guys are great. Have a good weekend.
Me too. Of course, yes, that was Rudy Power and Flossie for our two runners. Just a fantastic race for those of us today. Of course, that's going to wrap us up here for week one. It's been a great week. I don't know about you, but it's presented like I knew what I was doing.
Make it, don't make it.
That's the goal. Once again, one big shout out to Jumper, who has been distracting in today, who was doing the release streaming. Once again, join us over on the Discord. If you want to volunteer or just want to hang out with us, we'd love to have you over on the Discord. And shout out, of course, Martin. This may have been our first time coming together, but this was a blast.
It won't be our last. Alright, so yeah, other than that, admin poultry, admin type trade, we'll probably have next week's races here soon. But yeah, other than that,
So what do you think is going through the runners' mind right now? They have they're both very good. They have access to more with Crystal Court Mountain. But otherwise, it's been wide open. What if you're a runner in this position? What do you think?
that is a good one. But personally, from great experience, I am probably going to see we have to get points to survive that dark night session so we won't in the underground and maybe head out to the King of Monsters. We have to look at which is quite a lot of experience in those chapters. I like to see that near where I am too, just reminded of my ADHD talking. I don't really want to leave something behind that I will forget about and not remember later. So I think my thought is I'm still looking for the items I need to close this game out. Yes, we have access to the Crystal Sword Altar and the Masculine Altar, as well as the other altars on the roof, but those are the tough fights right now, and